Okay, so this is the other video that I do at the end of the year. You can check out my Game of the Year video. This video is for the games that I'm most excited about in 2022. There's a couple light rules that I give to myself. The first is the game has to have a 2022 release date tied to it. So like Metroid Prime 4, I can't say Metroid Prime 4 because we know jack all about that game. We do know that logo though. So yeah, no unannounced games in terms of time windows. It has to say 2022. The only other thing is that I'm going to keep it limited to 4 games. These are games that I'm probably going to play day one with maybe one exception. But let's get started. The first is Pokemon Legends Arceus. And this is, for me, the very, very wobbly one. This is like the fucking top in Inception. Is it still standing or did it fall down? And I think this game has a very, very strong chance of being absolute dog shit. That being said, this is on paper dream Pokemon game. The Pokemon game that I've basically wanted since the N64. It should Pokemon come to console. Seamless open, well, not, I know it's not a seamless open world. What I mean by that is you seamlessly go from running around the world to seeing the Pokemon to transitioning to combat, like all in one fellow swoop. It looks very cool, and that's exactly what I've kind of been wanting in a Pokemon game. Very cool to see that coming, but it could be dog shit because it's Game Freak and because technically it doesn't look that great so far. But hey, if you want to know what I think about Arceus, subscribe to the channel, and I am planning on reviewing this game. Anyways, next up is God of War 2 Ragnarok. So God of War was one of my favorite games of the last generation, right up there with Nier. It is just unbelievable. I am a cuck for one shot, one take stuff. I made a video about that. You can check out very old, very retro CFU content for the veterans out there. But yes, Kratos, very cool. It's just so good looking. My girl Alana Pierce is probably writing for them, question mark. But yes, so cool to see this world in one take and follow this 40-hour, very well written, very well acted story. It really is kind of like the pinnacle of presentation for me in video games that I've very rarely seen replicated. And next up is Breath of the Wild 2, my guy. So I have a reaction to Breath of the Wild 2. It seems like all my chickens are coming to hatch, roost, whatever they do. That's happening this year. 2022 does seem pretty hype, TBH. But Breath of the Wild 2 is... I'm cautiously optimistic about this game. So on the one hand, Breath of the Wild 2, I have said on this channel, I think is my favorite game of all time. I haven't played it in a couple of years, but pretty sure that would still hold true. I mean, this game was like, I was going nuts for this since it was announced in like 2013. So we'll see if the dust has settled differently on it as time goes, the original Breath of the Wild. But yeah, it's extremely fun. I don't have a problem with the break system or anything. There are things that I do want them to do with Botwa 2, and the trailer is... I'm just kind of vibing with it. I'm not like as excited as I was for Breath of the Wild 1. And I think the reason is because it's taken them the same amount of time to put out Breath of the Wild 2, which I thought was going to be like a 1 year long asset flip that has turned into the amount of time that it would take to make a normal Zelda game. So I think at this point I would have rather them just like done the Zelda thing where they build all new assets and kind of like start from scratch again. But this seems good. So I have some reservations. I hope they like do better with the voice acting, do better with the story, do better with the dungeons, but the core framework is there, and the core framework is really good, and I love me some Zelda. So let's go Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. So the last game that I have is this is an interesting one that I'm honestly not as hype as a lot of people who are hyped for this game are, and that's for Elden Ring. So I have played a FromSoft game. I have played Demon's Souls on the PS5. I've reviewed it. I generally quite liked it, and I'm just not a FromSoft stan. Like I've played their other games. I've only beaten Demon's Souls, and I really liked Demon's Souls, and I think that's what's making me interested in Elden Ring. I like what I'm seeing from Elden Ring more than from what I've seen from other FromSoft games. So I am personally excited for it, but I'm not like dying for it like so many people are. I respect you for really wanting this game because it does look quite cool. And I think I'm also just kind of perplexed that a work with George R.R.'s name attached to it is actually releasing on seeming like this felt like vaporware to me, and all of a sudden it's coming out. But yeah, Elden Ring. I am going to be playing all of these games in 2022, and I will probably be reviewing as many as I can get the time to review. So if you're interested in my thoughts, definitely subscribe and let me know what you guys are into looking down the pipeline for 2022. What are you most excited for? But that's all for me. I'll catch you next time.